This week on Half Step Down, Jose explains why he never made it in radio. My inability to speak. Renee describes how the world spent 2020.
I did a whole lot of nothing this year.
And the boys prove again just how professional they can be.
I lost my train of thought after I said
I watched you
2021.
lose it, and I'm like, oh man, it's gone. Where did it go?
Oh man, I was like 2021.
Happy New Year, everyone. Better late than never. Half Step Down starts now.
Welcome everyone to Half Step Down. We are your co-hosts, Renee Grano and Jose Martinez. We're two aging punk. Let me start that over. I think I swapped things around. Let me try that one more time. Welcome everyone to Half Step Down, where two aging punk rockers talk about pop culture and music.
Oh my God.
Take three.
Take tracks. Okay, so I take it back. I'm not leaving in that clap. We're going to start.
Okay.
We'll leave in the three takes.
Okay. Yeah, don't do the clap. Yeah, let's do after the clap. Because that was... Yeah, because you don't want to have a clap. Welcome, everyone, to Half Step Down, where two aging punk rockers talk about pop culture and music. We are your co-hosts, Renee Grano and Jose Martinez. Happy New Year, Jose.
Happy New Year, dude. How you doing?
I am doing just fine. I don't have COVID. That was just the cough because I was drinking water and it got caught in my throat.
You know, man, I'm gonna let you in. I think you're safe.
Okay, I appreciate that. Jose, how did you celebrate your New Year's?
I fell asleep around 10 o'clock. We had set an alarm for 11:55. We woke up. We watched the Dick Clark's New Year's Eve thing with the ball, and then Marta went to sleep. I stayed up for a little bit, and then went to sleep. It's pretty uneventful.
Do you remember when New Year's Eve was like a big thing? Even before the pandemic, even before we were at home. Do you remember when New Year's Eve was just a very big deal to us, and we would just party?
Oh, man.
And it was just a big ordeal. For the last 5 years of my life, I don't do that anymore. I would rather stay home and go to bed at a reasonable hour after the fireworks are done. Because in my neighborhood, it's like a war zone.
Oh, yeah. From
midnight to about 1:15 in the morning. And then I just like to go to bed.
I try to take it easy. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get something. This is bad podcasting, but I'm going to talk about this for 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, my
sure.
God.
Jose's putting down his headphones. He's moving. He's leaving. He's walking out. I don't know where he's going. But I hope you guys are having I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's, wonderful holiday. Jose is back.
So here's what you are probably hearing is this is one of my son's toys. It's these fucking keys. And we could
those plastic keys, like the little tyke ones
that do this. Oh, now it's not going to do it. But you can maybe hear it on the recording. But last night we were trying to watch Cobra Kai, my wife and I, and these fucking keys would not stop making the little like alarm noise, and we could not for the life of us find the keys. We finally found them like deep under the couch, and I threw them in here, and now they have stopped making noise. So hopefully they have stopped and died.
The battery ran out.
So let's hope. Yeah. But I'm going to keep them here, and if they go off during the show, I apologize. I'm going to take them and throw them in the other room.
Okay, but then you're just gonna wake everybody else up if you throw them in the other room.
Oh, it's the living room, man. They're in the bedroom.
Oh, okay, so you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good. Do you remember when I hit myself with the cupboard at your house? Because I wasn't familiar with your house yet with the cupboards, because I think you guys have remodeled or something like that.
We have.
And I hit my head with the shelf. It was like a shelf above your trash can, and you felt so bad. It's like, it's okay, Jose. It's not my first or my last.
Very Bob of you.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd catch that, Jose. We are in a new year. It is 2021. 21 years after the year 2000.
That's true.
We are a little older. We are a little wiser. I'm starting to get hair in really weird places as I get older.
I mean, it's just part of the natural process, man.
So we have established that for the 18 downloads that we have, we want to change it up again. And so now we have. I think we finally hit a point in our podcasting career where we can do whatever we want because we're that popular, right? Like we can do whatever, but we can change we can change our show in the drop of a hat, right? But I feel like when we do this, it's because we just want to make it better for the 20 downloads, for the hashtag 20 downloads, right? Hashtag road to 20.
Hashtag road to 20.
Yeah. So now the thing is, I think where we're going to be heading this direction this year is going to be awesome. It's going to be a little more intact. I think we're going to be because one of the things that I feel that we talked about, we've spoken about before, is that we're not entirely sure where we're the most comfortable with. I feel like we can mess around and just shoot the shit as long as we want, and I think that's good podcasting. But at the same time, I feel like we need to have some sort of structure here. So I think we're going to start developing a structure. On top of that, we're also going to be having these ramble episodes where we're going to be able to talk about whatever we want, just like we started now, just like we're doing now to start off the new year. But why don't we talk a little bit about that, and then we can kind of just go on from there. But I think it's important to tell the 20 downloaders. Hopefully, we hit 20 downloads by the time this podcast comes out.
Hashtag road to 20.
Let's talk about how we are going to tickle their earbuds in the year 2021.
So I have pulled up this chart to help me. Okay, so our original concept when we used to do the deep dives on albums, that was kind of like us as Charmander, right? I pulled up this list, right? First evolution.
Yeah. Oh, the evolution of Half Step Down.
Right?
Wow. I like it.
Then when we moved to a more theme-oriented thing, that was Charmeleon. Is that how you say that? I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Charmeleon. Right. Yes.
We are currently in the Charizard kind of area. We moved on to kind of like talking about current events and things like that, like important stuff to us. But now, in 2021, did you hear the keys? God damn it. Now, in 2021, we have reached...
I just want to say that he threw the keys with force.
With some force.
Now I know where Lincoln gets his throwing
arm. That's where he does. But now, in 2021, we have reached Mega Charizard status. So, I think what we're going to start doing in this year is we're going to have these episodes where we just kind of talk and ramble on, right? We'll talk about current events, things that have happened in, music, pop culture, whatever's going on. But we do want to start going into, like, topics that we know and love and kind of doing more deep dives and stuff. So, I guess it's okay to talk about it. But, like, for example, one of the things we had talked about is maybe doing episodes based on music festivals and just how that can either be like the best day of your life or the most miserable experience. Like I'm sure you've been to music festivals where it was like the greatest day of your life. I know I've been to music festivals like that, and I have been to music festivals where it's like I cannot wait to get the hell out of here. Like, I got super sick at an Ozfest one year, and I'll explain to you that. But we'll get into that. But being able to kind of do that and switch gears, I think will really give us some freedom, and it'll let us do what we do best. Just kind of talk and riff on things, and I think it's going to be. I mean, we're going to be Mega Charizard. How can we lose?
If there's another podcast that considers themselves a Squirtle,
is there a Mega Squirtle?
That's too easy. You're setting me up. I don't want to use those innuendos, but there might be a Mega Squirtle.
I have no. I had to pull up. I just remember Charizard. That's the only one. That and Pikachu.
Yeah.
I was not into Pokemon so much.
Yeah.
I didn't really. That was after my time.
I only know the first generation of Pokemon because that's when I started and that's where I stopped.
There were like 90 of them or something, right?
151, including Mewtwo.
Damn.
Yeah. including Mew or Mewtwo, one of those two. Yeah, 151 was the first one. Yeah, my nephew keeps me involved, keeps me up to date with the 10,000 Pokemon that they have now. But that's pretty cool. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think that this is going to we can't lose. We can't lose. You're absolutely right. We're Mega Charizard. We cannot lose this time around.
Yeah.
I think that we will stick as close to the concept when starting this podcast, and that's about music. We're going to talk about music, whether we're talking about movies, we're talking about television, we're talking about comic books, we're talking about what we did, what we had for lunch yesterday. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
I think that the beauty of our podcast is that we can do what we want, but to an extent, obviously, right? Because we want people to listen. # Road to 20.
Road 20.
But I do think that one of the things that we did while evolving into where we're going to be this year is that we have these awesome ideas. I really do think that the Half Step Down podcast has awesome ideas. We have these cool ideas, and when we try to put them into fruition, they either tend to be either maybe stale, redundant. There's not much we can really talk about when it comes to these things. The biggest problem I think that we had last year is that we weren't able to play music. But we're always going to be talking about music. But I think we're going to try to get a little more involved. And that's, unfortunately, we can't play music unless once we get signed to Spotify, because they're gonna how are they not gonna sign us, right?
Road to 20. Once they see, dude, we can have 21 more exclusive listeners. I mean, we're gonna be. I'm gonna be. I don't even know. But we're going to be good. Road to 20.
Yes, right? Yes, # Road to 20. But once it happens, but that was a problem that we had, is we were trying to figure out who we are and what we're doing here on a more serious note. But I think that now that we're finally going to have like an overarching theme, and we're going to be able to talk about these things, and then I feel like it's not going to become stale, because we're always going to have these ramble episodes like we're doing now, where we can just do whatever we want and talk about whatever we want, and hopefully people find it funny and they can enjoy it, because I enjoy as much as I enjoy even just talking about these things that we're going to be talking about. It's just being able to sit here, hit record, and hey, let's be ourselves, because this is us. Outside of our radio voices, this is us. Nothing's changed. We're exactly the same. And I think.
Oh, I was going to go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Well, I was going to say, and I think what's going to really help is, let's use one of the episodes that we know we're going to do for sure is the music festivals, right? So, knowing that we have that topic, when we were doing the album deep dives, I would do a little research. We'd do some research on the band, on the album that was recorded. So when we start doing these topics, and I use music festivals because that's the first one we talked about, we can go into a little bit of the history of some of our favorite music festivals. We've talked about Warped Tour on the past. But, like I said, Ozfest was a big deal for me when I was, younger. Warped Tour, of course. Punk Rock Bowling is a music festival that I've been to.
Vegas.
Stuff like that. Yeah, out in Vegas. And it's just kind of like talking about these different things, what they bring to the table, how influential some of them were. I mean, can't talk about music festivals now without mentioning Coachella, but before that it was like Lollapalooza and all this stuff. So we'll have things that we can talk about that we're passionate about, and I think it's just going to be a better show.
I agree. And on that note, I think I have a question for you. Stepping away from before I get into a question that I have for you, I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's hope that the # Road to 20 hits and people will listen, and that's all I really got. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we enjoy making this podcast.
Yeah.
Outside of the fact that we're doing a podcast, it gives us an opportunity as friends and cousins to actually hang out, because we haven't been able to see each other in person for quite some time. But it gives us I feel like we've probably spoken more over the last 8 months than we ever have before, like on a daily basis almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk all the time. We would hang out we'd hang out once a week or whatever. But when we spitball ideas, like, next thing you know, we're on the phone for an hour and a half. We're just talking about random things. So I hope that portrays over to this medium where people, this audio platform where people can listen to us and enjoy. So, with that being said, do you have any final thoughts?
So, I mean, two things that we want to kind of make clear. One, we will still do the playlists because we don't want to get rid of. We're going to still share those playlists on Spotify. # Road to 3 followers for those, because right now it's just 2, but we'll get there.
And it's you. And it's you.
And it's you and I. Yeah.
It's our personal accounts.
It's our personal accounts are following the half step down. So we're gonna keep doing that.
So let's do this. Why don't let's get Marta to follow it, and I'll have Shayla follow it, and then we'll have 4.
Oh, so let's
solid.
# Road to 5.
I like it. Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna be better about. We're both gonna be better. We both, the social media aspect. We're gonna get better at that, and then hopefully next year. Not hopefully. Next year we will figure out a way to film these and put them on YouTube. We've been doing just the kind of visualizer on YouTube, but actually just before we started recording, I kind of figured out what to do. So look forward to that in the new year as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's people can put a face to the voices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jose, 2021.
2021.
I lost my train of thought after I said
I watched you lose it, and I'm like, oh, man, it's gone. Where did it go?
Oh, man. I was like, 2021. I don't know where that just threw me off. So, we're 2021 now. My question to you, and I think, it's to the both of us. Let's talk about the year 2020.
The goddamn
and we'll talk
keys
about 2020.
Goddamn keys are doing. Hold on 1 second.
He's so angry about these keys. I thought he threw them into the other. I don't know what he's doing. He's just angry now with these keys.
All right, we're back.
Okay. All right. So 2021 is hopefully will be a better year. It's unfortunate that 2020 was such a bad year for the entire world that it's just the oozing over to 2021. It's unfortunate, right? But I mean, it's the beginning of the year. We're only a few days in, so hopefully this gets better as time moves on, Jose. But everybody already knows about the horrible things that have happened and that are still going on, unfortunately, to the entire world. But let's talk about the little ray of sunshine that was these good moments, or what good moments that hopefully that made us get through the year, right? Like these moments that made time, that just made time go by. So, because I know 2020, there was a lot of people out there trying to do things, and I'm sure Netflix blew up and Hulu and all that stuff. But why don't we just talk about some of these things that maybe you and I did to pass by the time. So why don't we start with you? What are some of the things that you did that got you, that got you through the day outside of work, obviously?
Well, I mean, the big thing for me this year was I just played a lot more video games than I thought I was going to. And that's probably because 2 games I really was looking forward to just in general came out this year. The first one was The Last of Us 2, which was a very controversial game, but I loved it. Even though it was hard to play in terms of what happened in the story. I won't spoil it for people, but I had a really good time with that. I played the shit out of that. And then the other one was the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I've been waiting for 15 years, ever since they teased it for a demo for the PlayStation 3. So when they finally said it was happening, and even though it's been broken up into episodes, as opposed to just one game, it's going to be multiple games. That was really like a cool thing for me, and I played the shit out of that. I think we'll talk about movies and music as we go on, but those are the 2 big things that kind of like kept me grounded. Other than I really put some time into, learning the guitar better. I always liked to play guitar, but I never really learned much of the theory. So I took some time to really kind of like learn the fretboard and practice the drums, like the actual technique of my drum pad. But that's what got me through the year, man. That's what I've been doing. Other than this podcast.
Yeah. I did a whole lot of nothing this year. There was aside from going to school, which was very difficult this past semester. Aside from that, I tried to keep myself as grounded as I could. On a family level, it was a very difficult time for my family and I. I won't get into that, but it was just difficult time emotionally with family and stuff. But outside of that, to keep myself grounded, I think was the hardest thing I ever had to do this year. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life up until now. I think a lot of people kind of went through that. But what I try to do is I try to do things as the audience, as the hashtag Road to 20 continues, for the people that are new to the show. I am differently abled, and by that is that I'm visually impaired. I have no light perception in one eye, which is my right eye, which means that I see nothing out of one eye. My left eye has, I would say, about 30 to 35% capability of actually seeing something. So that's one thing that I was trying this year. What I tried to do the most was trying to figure out how to get things done more efficiently and more independently, because I lost my vision 5 years ago. I started to lose my vision 5 years ago, and I was able to by the hands of some amazing doctors and stuff, they were able to salvage what they could. But what I tried to do this year is I tried to get back to some roots where I was trying to figure out how to do things independently again. And it's a long process, but it was definitely something that I tried to do throughout the whole year. I haven't been able to play video games for quite some time. I was able to play Magic the Gathering Arena online for a while, which is because so that was something that I did quite often over the summer. Was I tried to play a lot of Arena, just try to get my mind off things, play with some friends online because I can't see them, right?
Right.
Spent a lot of time with my girlfriend. I did do a lot of guitar techniques as well. I felt like I've been playing guitar for 20 years, and I feel like once you hit a plateau in your music, when it comes to creating music or just learning new things, I started to learn some more techniques, started also learning the fret a little more. I try to write music, but I just could not write. And a lot of things happened this year that you would think a lot of people were able to just write things down. But I've had a writer's block for like 5 years. Like, it's just been this horrible. I just cannot. I write a lot of music, but I just can't find to write lyrics to it. So I have the melody, I have the songs. To write music lyrics have been really difficult for me. But and then I did a lot of reruns. I watched a lot of Seinfeld. Well, then again, I've watched a lot of Seinfeld regardless. But I watched a lot of old TV that I remember watching as a kid. I think for me was kind of reminiscing or more like a nostalgic sort of year for me. Like, I watched Smart Guy. I watched Boy Meets World. Disney Plus, I think, was the reason why my nostalgia kicked in. I think a lot of nostalgia kicked in for a lot of people this year because of Disney Plus. So I was able to do that. I did rewatch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air this year. Things that I was able to ignore, I guess, in some manner. Married with Children also binged this year as well. But like I said, things that I could ignore to kind of pass the time as I was doing other things.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And the podcast, obviously, and music is what I did. And I did a lot of exercise over the summer and kind of fell off in the winter because it's too cold to walk outside. But yeah, that's what I did this year.
Yeah. I mean, I will give you, Disney Plus has done some. I mean, I know you're not caught up on Mandalorian, but goddamn, Mandalorian was good. Netflix, Marta and I binged this show called Warrior Nun, which sounds dumb but was awesome. And then, have you given Cobra Kai a try?
I have not.
Okay.
So Mandalorian was something I'm going to do on my break, I have 3 more weeks before I go back to school. So I'm gonna binge on the Mandalorian. I already started the Mandalorian. I'm 2 episodes in. I started the Mandalorian. Cobra Kai's on my is next after Mandalorian, And while I'm doing all this, I'm also rewatching Mad Men with my girlfriend because she never seen it, and so I'm loving Mad Men again. Yeah, but I will. Those are definitely the two on my list.
So here's the two things I'll say about that. We'll get more into Mandalorian when you're caught up. You're 2 episodes into the whole series?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kind of and the second one I got to rewatch.
Okay. So
yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard the hype around like what's been going on, and that they are managing to really please the old fans. Stuff happens at the end of the last season that haters of the new movies are like, look, see, this is what it should have been. But it actually makes me like the new movies a little bit more. But we'll get into that when you're caught up.
Okay.
But yeah, Mandalorian is great. The big surprise for me, and I know it's been out for a couple years, but I didn't watch it on YouTube, was Cobra Kai. I cannot believe how fucking good of a show that is.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard. Everybody that I know that have seen that show, have binged it in like 2 days.
They have managed to find the formula of like, the way they call back to the movies, the Karate Kid movies. I mean, they're calling back to not just the first one, parts 2 and 3, like really picking out like little details. And the fucking thing that blows my mind, this is not going to spoil anything, but like you know, like Johnny Lawrence was the bad guy or supposedly the bad guy in Karate Kid, right? And you remember I had like a group of like 4 dudes that like he hung out with? Well, they found those 4 dudes, and they brought up, like, they keep bringing back the actors from the 80s. Even
That's
like
rad.
Even his mom is back. And it's like, fuck, like the way they call back to the old movies is fucking great. And there's something about how tongue-in-cheek it is and cheesy, because it's like, fuck, like these, at one point there's like a full-on karate like dojo rivalry happening in a high school, and it's like, I'm fucking believing this is happening. It's just it's fucking perfect. So Marta and I, like, the new season came out on the 1st. We only have 2 episodes left. Like,
wow.
Like, we just fucking like,
you guys killed it. Yeah.
She's just like, let's just stay up because the episodes are not that long. So dude, we knocked out 3 one night, 3 the next. We knocked out 2 today, and we're gonna save the next 2 for. But fuck, dude, it's a good show.
Have you ever seen Mad Men?
I have not seen Mad Men. I know I need to get.
I recommend it. Yeah, I recommend it. Shayla was very adamant about not wanting to watch, and I said, let's just watch the first 2 episodes and tell me what you think, right? And then I think we kind of fell off. We watched the first 2 and it was kind of whatever. And then about a month later, I said, hey, do you want to finish watching Mad Men? She goes, yeah, let's watch it. And next thing you know, dude, whenever we're in the car, when we get home, she's like, oh, go put on Mad Men now. Like, let's finish watching Mad Men. Let's finish watching Mad Men. Within 2 days, we ended up killing 11 episodes. Nice. Within 2-3 days.
Nice.
And so now we're into season 2. This weekend, because of the New Year's and stuff, and it was my sister's birthday today, so
nice.
You know, like, people kind of come and go, like, outside of the house and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to really get to really focus on it and stuff, right? So we'll try to get that throughout the week, try to finish watching that throughout the week. But she says she doesn't like it, but I call bullshit, because I know, Bae, I know you're listening, and stop lying, stop telling me you don't like the show, because obviously you wanted to watch the whole thing. But that and sports. It was a good year for the city of Los Angeles.
That it was.
Very good year for the city of Los Angeles. I was so happy that sports came back this year. It was the fact that we had baseball was awesome. I love baseball. Yeah. Baseball is my favorite sport. Obviously, for the hashtag Road to 20 listeners, I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan, even though I live in the city of LA. And then I wasn't really into basketball this year. I really didn't get into it. But football, I'm a big Green Bay Packers fan. And today they just clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC. So I'm very happy for that. At least one of my teams are doing well. There you go. So I'm really excited for that.
And I think LA, with the loss of Kobe Bryant at the beginning of the year, it was just nice that the Lakers won. And then, of course, the Dodgers, man. That was just it was big
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Been waiting a long
it was a
time.
big deal for the city. Fireworks. Oh, you know what, dude? How about fireworks? Let's talk about fireworks in the year 2020.
We will at some point.
Here's the thing. The year 2020 had the pandemic had a big problem. Obviously, what the hell was I about to say?
well, apparently the pandemic had a big problem.
The pandemic, the pandemic had a big problem. Pandemic problem. Hashtag pandemic problems.
I'm not the one losing my train of thought, motherfucker. My inability to speak.
One of the things that the pandemic did is it had a big economic crisis on everyone, right? So one of the things I actually read online was that even drug dealers had issues with getting, illegal narcotics into the world, I guess, because of the border, right? Because they have to close down the borders and stuff. So if drug dealers can't get drugs smuggled to the States, how in the fuck do these people figure out to get fireworks here, dude? Fireworks were blowing up everywhere all the time from like the 19th of May of 2019 to now. They don't stop. I swear to you, I probably have a minimum of like 7 fireworks popping up per night.
You know what, man? I think that's because the fireworks are here, dude. I think somewhere out there's just dudes just stuffing like gunpowder into like tiny little things and just going like, all right, man, we're just getting. I think they're here, stockpiled somewhere.
Yeah.
I think one day you're gonna.
And you know who has them?
Who?
The Raider fans.
The Raider fans. Raider fans love fireworks.
Raider fans. The reason I say that, I make fun of my families are. I have a lot of Raider fans in my family, and I make fun of them and I say, "Hey, you know why there's so many fireworks for the Dodgers and the Lakers?" And they say, "Why?" It's because Raider fans have been holding fireworks for 20 years.
Yeah.
They've been waiting to pop them for Super Bowl, but it doesn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah, so they just
statement.
pop them everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I remember from 2020: fireworks.
Oh man, dude, the year was such a weird blur. Like I can't even like. Everything was just kind of like blending into each other, especially like May, June. Just kind of like, what day is it? Like, what are we doing?
That was difficult. That was tough.
I talked about how I played. There's a scene in The Last of Us 2 where there's like a part where you're making your way through like a Dave and Buster's. You know what I mean? Like it's like abandoned, like dilapidated, right? But I remember like I'm playing through this part, and I'm like, oh man, I miss. So the one thing I really miss is going to like a bar and getting chicken wings and a beer. Because there's just something nice about chicken wings at a bar with beer with your friends. But I remember getting like really nostalgic of like, oh man, I remember when you used to be able to go to a bar and just sit down like a human being and not have to worry about stuff. And it was like a weird moment for me because I'm like, dude, it's only been a couple of months, and now like that doesn't even faze me. Now it's like, oh yeah, I'm sure eventually I'll go to a bar again, or hell, I'll take a restaurant. I will sit down in a Taco Bell at this point.
Yeah, I love me some Taco Bell,
dude. Can we talk about? I think this year they basically killed the menu. There's no 7-layer burrito.
Oh my god, we forgot to talk about that.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk to you about that because you're the only person that I know besides myself that likes 7-layer burritos.
You know what, dude? You know who was really upset is Shankar. And
that's right, because he's a vegetarian.
He's a vegetarian, and he actually sent me an article because as a vegetarian, there are not a lot of fast food options for you. And the 7-layer burrito was like a mainstay. Every time he was bean and cheese burrito and 7-layer burrito. And he's like, dude, like they're killing it. I don't know what the hell
that's right.
Taco Bell is thinking.
I remember asking, I went to Taco Bell a few weeks back, and I remember saying at the drive-thru, I said, can you guys make me a 7-layer burrito? And they're like, no, we can't. And I didn't say anything, but in my head, I'm like, you have all of those ingredients. Like, all of that stuff goes into your burrito supreme.
Yeah.
So do I have to ask for a burrito supreme with like and replace the beef with rice? Like that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it just throws me off. It's like, so can you? So how? I think the next time I go is I'm gonna say, how can I order 7-layer burrito without you guys actually making me a 7-layer burrito? Like, how can I make that happen? Like, because you have everything there. Like,
Yeah.
everything in there is things that you put in your other burritos. Like, why can't you just make me a burrito supreme with no beef?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird, man. I don't know. 2020.
What was that?
Ugh. This is my
Yeah, that was a
disappointed.
weird grunt.
It's my disappointed, man. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I had not had Taco Bell in like forever, but when I heard about that,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I went out and bought like 3 of them. Just like, I'm just gonna down these last 7-layer
Yeah.
burritos.
Yeah, I was a big fan. I've always loved the 7-layer burritos. I like, you know what I like about Taco Bell is that yeah, they have their combos and stuff, but I feel like you can create your own combo meal at Taco Bell.
Yeah, you can.
Right? Like you can get, I like, oh, today I'm in the mood for a cheesy gordita crunch, a chalupa, and a bean and cheese burrito. And that's your combo meal for the day, right? Because realistically, if you go to Taco Bell and you get a combo, it's just different items from the menu. It's not a burger, fries, and a Coke, right?
Right.
Like it's different items, yeah. I don't know if you notice all my hand gestures. But
I'm noticing, man. But you know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna mention it. I'm not that guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm the kind of guy that mentions my own hand gestures.
I know. It's good. Dude. It just shows that you're animated. That's a good thing.
Yes, I like being animated, especially on a podcast.
Exactly. Where it matters.
Yes,
Where it matters.
exactly where it matters. Jose, we have one thing that we are going to talk about today, right? Something specific that we said this is what we're going to talk about today, and that is the. Well, go ahead. You can talk
I was going to
because you
say
have the article.
I pulled
You can
up
go ahead. Yeah.
Alternative Press top 50 albums of 2020. Right. So this
Is it alternative press or alternative presses? Do you pronounce it alternative presses?
I think it's just
article?
Alternative Press because it's just it's just PREE or PRESS, which is press.
But if it's their article, wouldn't it be apostrophe s? How would you pronounce that?
Well, the way I think I said it, and I can't remember, even though I just said it, is this is the 50 best albums according to Alternative Press.
Ah, okay.
So Alternative Press, you know, they deal in like punk rock, metal, all that stuff. So let's go through these
Yeah.
and see what we've listened to and what we like. And then, you know, we can jump
Let's
through.
do it.
I got like IGN's best comics, best movies. It just fucking rapid fire this shit.
Yeah, let's do
I'm going to
this.
be honest. So the 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. Do you like the 1975?
Not really.
They have like
I've heard I've kind of, but not really.
they have one song I really like, but then it's never been enough for me to actually like look them up.
Yeah, but if it's a top 50, I think I might have to give it a listen.
Give it a listen. All Time Low, Wake Up Sunshine.
The only song I know from All Time Low is Dear Maria. That's it.
I don't really know much.
Yeah.
Anti-Flag, 2020 Vision.
Did you hear the Anti-Flag record?
I have not, but I do like me some Anti-Flag. I was not a big fan of them until I saw them live. And they put on a pretty good show, although the dude is skinny as shit. He is not intimidating at all, but that's okay. Win $1 Trillion, I really like that song. Me and my coworker, we play that. We've done like live streams and stuff where we'll play that one.
I saw your live stream a couple weeks ago. That was pretty cool.
It's just
proud of you.
it's fun to do, man. It's just, I mean,
Yeah.
we go in there. We have not rehearsed these songs at all. Just fucking do
Yeah.
it. Just do it.
Yeah, I like it. We're gonna have to do that.
We have
when
to do
we're,
it at some point.
Yeah.
I got lights too, man. I'm really excited. Yeah, we were going a little overboard, but it's all right. Asking Alexandria like a house on fire.
Yeah, I'm not a big Asking Alexandria fan.
Neither am I. I
Yeah.
think I might have seen them open for another band one time, but I can't tell for sure. Oh no, that was Alexis
I think it's
on fire.
Alexis on fire. Is it Alex is on fire or Alexis on fire? I think
it's-
we've had this conversation before, right?
It's Alexis on fire, and because my ex-girlfriend loved them, and I always used to say, "Oh, Alex is on fire," and she's like, "It's Alexis." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's Alex is on fire." August Burns Red, Guardians.
It's kind of like Coheed and Cambria. It's either Coheed and Cambria or Coheed and Cambria.
Cambria.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the August Burns Red album?
No.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Man, we have our finger on the pulse of the alternative music.
we are on. Yeah, we are.
Here's one I listen.
Alternative press.
Yeah. Here's one I listen to.
Alternative press should definitely hire us.
Yes.
We should be on alternative press only podcast.
Oh my god.
Because we love to listen. Yeah, that's we got to talk to them.
Okay, so here's one I actually did listen to. I really like this album a lot. Bad Cop, Bad Cops, The Ride.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I became a big fan of Bad Cop last year. For those of you that don't know, they're a band out of LA, all girl punk band. Really kind of old school in their approach to the whole genre, but yeah, there's some really great songs on this. I think I put it on the playlist. We'll talk about it at the end, but I put one of their songs on my playlist. But yeah, this is a great album.
Yeah, Bad Cop. I actually just got introduced to this year.
Yeah,
and I really liked it. I didn't listen to the record, but I just kind of, a couple songs here and there. So I actually, and the fact because I know they're from LA, that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, they're rad. Black Bear, Everything Means Nothing.
No, I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who Black Bear is, but he's got an LA Dodgers hat on, so he's all right with me.
Oh, is he one of those like crunk dudes, or because a lot of pop punk like bands or singers and stuff became hip hop artists. So I think hip hop has become like emo music. I had to send you this video. Maybe we'll post it on the show notes. But it's the history of pop punk, and it's different waves, right? So this guy talks about the first wave of pop punk from the 90s, and then from like the early 2000s, like the Drive Thru record scene, and then the 2009 and on, and then it talks about how it kind of just died out again, and at the end it's kind of like his opinion on why it died out again, and he talks about how a lot of these bands, like the singer from like Tiger's Jaw was one of the big ones at the time, like they all become hip hop artists. And I think that's like where pop punk went. So like pop punk essentially changed its roots to hip hop.
Is this the Punk Rock MBA? Is this that guy, Scott McKenzie?
I think so.
Yeah, I have not seen that one. I like a lot of his videos, but it's funny you say that because there's a skit on the MC Chris album, where he's like talking to a record label executive, and this came out. Oh God. At least 10 years ago, where the skit is he's talking to some record label like executive. Is like, the truth is pop punk is dead and hip hop is the way of the future. And then he's like, no, I'm sure it was just, I'm like, dude, but I remember hearing that, and I do know that a lot of the SoundCloud rappers that like really blew up in the past 5 years have that kind of emo mentality. It's very like,
yes,
it's not what you would consider hip hop, where it's like very grandiose and like it's a lot more kind of introspective and stuff. And I like a lot. I don't know a lot of those SoundCloud rappers, but like one of the things I really like, an album that came out this year that I really like was Kid Cudi's album. But I like that he was willing to talk about more than just the traditional hip hop. Look at how fucking great I am.
Yeah.
But to answer your questions, yeah, he's like an R&B and hip hop guy.
Yeah,
the white dude covered in tattoos. At least not a ton on his face. But then that is what it is. Okay, next one, the Bomb Pops.
Let's scroll down. Hold on. All right, go to that one.
Yeah, I love the Bomb Pops.
Yes, I'm a big fan of the Bomb Pops.
Yeah, Death in Venice Beach. I have not heard this album, but I've listened to all their old albums, and yeah, I do like me some Bomb Pops.
The Bomb Pops are LA based too, right? Or Orange County based?
They're probably, I don't know where they're from. They had that great song, California in July.
Yes, that's why I thought they were LA based, was because of the song California in July.
But it says SoCal Punk Outfit. So yeah, I guess they're from SoCal.
Yeah.
I know that they just kind of solidified because it was the two girls, and they're like the main. They're like the heart of the band, and they just got a bass, like a permanent bass player and drummer. So I'm like, I'm all for it. I do love that band.
Yeah.
Okay, Boston Manor Glue. I've No clue what that is.
Never heard of it.
All right.
No clue what that.
No clue what that is.
Great record. Great record though.
It's
If it was
top 50.
Good
Top
job.
50.
Good job.
Bring Me the Horizon, post-human survival horror.
I like me some Bring Me the Horizon, but I haven't heard this record.
Okay.
I didn't even know they had a record. That was one of the problems I think this year too. Is that, well, I guess maybe now was the best time to release albums, right? Because everybody's on social media all day. If you're stuck at home,
Yeah.
you know. And but I wasn't really involved with as the half step down social media as of right now, right? Not really involved,
Right.
But we will be this year.
Oh,
We
man.
definitely will be. But yeah, but be ready for the hashtag Road to 20.
Oh my God.
But I liked Bring Me the Horizon, and also there was another band that reminded me a lot of them too. It's called Being as an Ocean. That was also kind of a hardcore band that I really enjoyed too.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Code Orange. Underneath. Code Orange Underneath.
I did actually hear this album. I liked it. It was pretty good.
Nice. All right. Cool. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Creeper. Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void.
I did not hear that
Great
one.
name for an album. I'm gonna have to listen to that just based off the thing, just based off the album. And they talk a little bit about some David Bowie stuff, so that's cool. All right, Dance Gavin Dance Afterburner.
I do not like Dance Gavin Dance.
That's a dumb name for a band. Do you remember Afterburner, the arcade game?
I do.
God, that was the shit.
Yeah.
And there's that half step down commentary that you've come to know and love. Have you heard the band? Nope, but the name is cool. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Deftones, Ohms, OHMS. I think that's how you say that.
I don't think I don't remember the last time I heard Deftones besides White Pony.
I put Ohms on. I really like that song. I haven't heard the whole album though. I do like me some Deftones, but I'm kind of on board. I kind of fell off just because I don't know why I fell off. I just kind of did. But every time I hear them, I'm like, oh, I remember the Deftones. Good for them.
Yeah, I think it's just because I hate. You know what? One of my pet peeves are when people say, like for example, Gorillaz. They'll say the Gorillaz. Like I'm a big fan of the Gorillaz, but it's not. It's their name. They think that the word "the" is part of the band. Kind of like the Deftones. It's like, no, it's just Gorillaz or Deftones.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve of mine. But it's different because when it's different because the way you say the Deftones, or I like the band Deftones, right? Like the way you pronounce, the way you say the word "the" is what bothers me.
I see.
Yeah, that's the kind of ranting you've come to know and love on the Half Step Down podcast.
It's quality stuff.
Quality, quality over quantity.
There it is. Dragged Under, The World Is in Your Way.
Great record if it was in the top 50, but I didn't hear it.
Ghostmain, Anti-Icon.
Nope.
Got it. Green Day, Father of All Motherfuckers.
I stopped before American Idiot. I stopped at Warning.
I have not heard this. I think I've heard one of the songs on it. It was pretty good. Yeah, it's Green Day. I can't be mad at them.
Yeah.
Halsey, Manic. Cool. Gave it the old.
I'm waving no.
The
Sorry.
old shoulder shrug.
I forgot we're on a podcast.
Oh, man.
No, I
old-
didn't hear that one.
Haley Williams, Pedals for Armor. We had a little Haley Williams.
Is Haley Williams going back to the well, or what? Is she going back pre Paramore?
I think this is just her. It's her solo. Just letting you know she's got Pedals for Armor.
I like that though. That's an interesting album name.
That is. Higher Power, 27 Miles Underwater.
No, I didn't.
No idea.
Yeah.
This is a great name. Go ahead. No, what are you gonna say?
No, we're so good at this.
We're killing it. We're killing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hot Mulligan, You'll Be Fine. What a great band name.
I feel like I've heard Hot Mulligan, but I can't. I'd have to listen to it to tell you if I've heard it or not.
There, you would have had to listen to it to tell me whether you heard it or not. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't
I sense
know
the sarcasm.
But what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing? This is a great name for a band too. I don't know how they found me, but they found me, by Razzmatazz.
That's the name of the band?
I think that's the name. Yeah, it's the name of the band. I don't know how they found me, but they found me. And
I love it. I'm gonna listen to this album just because of the name.
They had a great, and then they abbreviate it IDKHOW. What? Jesus Christ!
I had a cow. ID cow.
You know what this reminds me of? This is my geekness coming out. So I don't know if you've noticed, but like in anime recently, the titles of some of these animes are getting so long and so oddly specific that it's just is getting out of control.
Yeah,
perhaps a topic for a later time. Idols, Ultramono.
I didn't hear this record, but I do like Idols.
Okay, I'm gonna trust your judgment.
Yeah.
In This Moment by Mother.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Never heard of Mother.
Joji Nectar.
Is that the name of the artist?
Joji is the name of the artist. Nectar is the name of the album.
That's a cool name though, Joji Nectar.
Joji Nectar. Yeah, that is kind of. That
yeah,
sounds
if you were in class and someone you were reading Roll and you saw Joji Nectar, like what would you say? That's pretty dope.
I don't know. It just sounds like something I'd add to a coffee. Can I get a hot Americano? Add a little Joji Nectar, please, and leave room for cream.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
Joyce Manor, Songs from Northern Torrance. Can't read.
I like Joyce Manor. Joyce Manor was a very underrated band, but well then again, Joyce Manor was really big in the scene, but I didn't hear this record.
I haven't heard it either. Knuckle Puck, 2020.
No, you know what? I fell off Knuckle Puck. I was a big Knuckle Puck fan for a long time, and I just fell off. So I'm gonna have to take a listen to this. I didn't even know they came out with a record. But I'm gonna take a listen.
Here's what I meant to.
It's a standard pop punk band. No. Well, I don't know about now, but
this is what I meant to listen to. Laura Jane Grace, Stay Alive. I do love me some.
I didn't hear that one.
So, but I gotta listen to that one. Loathe.
What number are we on right now?
I don't know. They're not numbered, but
okay.
It looks like we're not going to get to the movies and stuff because we're running long.
Okay.
Loathe.
I figured.
Because God damn, we're going into this. Is taking some time. Loathe. Yeah. Here we go. Loathe. I let it in and it took everything.
That's what she said. I never heard it.
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
Here's one. I don't know. You tell me. Machine Gun Kelly, Tickets to My Downfall.
I think he's going rock now.
He is going rock. He's holding a pink Telecaster.
I heard a song. I really liked it, but I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
I know him. That I saw this on my on one of my news feeds. It's a picture of Avril Lavigne, him, and then someone else who's apparently into the pop punk scene. And it's like, is this a tease for something? And it's like, it's a tease for something I'm not going to listen to. I'll tell you that shit right now. But that's fine.
You can't judge a book by its cover, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh God. Well, you know what? Good for that. Oh God, Avril Lavigne. You know what, man? If some young kid listens to Avril Lavigne and eventually gets them to listen to something else, I'll let him have a pass.
Is that Avril Lavigne that says the song that goes, she's just a skater boy.
Oh, yeah, man.
See you later. Is that her?
Yeah, that's her. Okay. She's the why'd you go and have to make life so complicated?
Oh,
there it is. There it is.
I like that song.
I mean,
then again, I'm very pop oriented. So.
There it is. Is it possible not to like those songs? That's the problem. It's like, God, get out of my head.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Marilyn Manson, We Are Chaos.
Oh man, I will listen to that.
Yes, I do like me.
I haven't heard Marilyn Manson in a long time, so I'm in. Count me in.
I'm in too.
Count me in, Marilyn.
Movements, No Good Left to Give.
I didn't hear this record, but I do like some Movements.
This is one I actually heard and I liked. NoFX, Frank Turner, West Coast versus Wessex.
I heard this one. Yeah. I like it.
I do love me some NoFX. I do love me.
Yeah.
It was cool.
NoFX.
Nothing, The Great Dismal.
I have no idea what
No
that
idea
is.
what that is either.
Great album though. Great album.
100%.
Yeah.
Nova Twins. Who Are the Girls?
Another great record.
Another good one.
Never heard it, but another great record.
Here's one that another one I was meaning to listen to. I've heard a couple songs I really like. Ozzy Osbourne's "Ordinary Man."
Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't realize that Ozzy was still making music.
Yeah, he released a song with Elton John, and it's fucking awesome. And
oh, sweet.
He's also collaborating with, who's kind of growing on me a lot is Post Malone.
I do like me some Post Malone.
He recently did some shit where he was covering like Guns N' Roses. He had Slash on he's doing some cool shit, man. So, and that Spider-Man song.
Is Post Malone Danny Glover's son?
Is Post Malone Danny Glover's son?
Isn't there Donald Glover? Donald Glover's a hip hop artist too. Is that not Post Malone?
Post Malone, Donald Glover is a hip hop artist, but I don't think they're related to Post Malone. Post Malone is the whitest person I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, sorry, wrong guy.
No,
okay.
It's all right. It's okay.
Then who's Donald Glover's hip hop name?
Oh, Childish Gambino.
Oh, Childish Gambino. Thank you.
There it is.
That's right. And okay. Childish Gambino. Thank you. Yeah.
You know my favorite live video of Childish Gambino? It's he's being recorded. Some guy's recording him on stage with a vertically.
Mm-hmm.
Childish Gambino sees him, jumps off stage, grabs the guy's phone, turns it to landscape, gives him a thumbs up, and then runs back on stage.
Did you know that Donald Glover used to write for 30 Rock?
Dude, Donald Glover is like an amazingly fucking talented. Yeah, he writes.
Very talented.
He does
very talented.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedian, everything. Palais Royal, The Bastards. Is that how you say that? P-A-L-A-Y-E?
I'm assuming. Palais Royal?
Palais Royal, The Bastards. They look like old-timey, I don't know. They look like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Good for them.
That's their shtick?
That's their shtick. Yeah. This is one that you got me to listen to, and I like Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher.
What do you think? I like this record.
I like this record a lot.
I love Phoebe Bridgers.
Great.
She's great. She's good times. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, God, we're 4 for 50? Here we go. Picturesque. Yeah. Do you feel okay? No fucking idea.
No. I feel like it was under your breath.
No fucking clue.
No fucking idea what this is. Yeah.
Poppy, I disagree.
I don't know.
It's got a picture of some like death metal looking person, but whatever.
Oh, nice. That's their shtick.
That's their shtick. God, I don't know how you say this. It's capital PVRIS, and then it's Use Me. I don't know what that is.
I think that's pure. I don't remember. Yeah, I think. Is that a pop punk band? I think it might be a metal. I don't remember, but I've heard that name before. I've seen that name before.
Let's see.
P-Virus?
P-Virus? I don't know. It doesn't show what kind of thing it is. It just says deep crescendos, lifting vocals, and intimate lyrics are what make Pivris, I don't know, unique to their audience.
I think it is a punk. I think it's a pop punk band. I might be wrong.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. Yeah.
How about Sharp Tooth Transitional Forms?
No.
I
great record though.
Good
if it's in the top 50. Good for them.
Almost at the end. Silverstein, A Beautiful Place to Drown.
I heard their 15-year or whatever it was. They celebrated their 15 years in music or something, and they did. I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's some bands out there that celebrate their time as a band, right? Like their anniversaries or whatever. Mm. But some of these bands actually go back and reimagine the song. They re-record the songs 15 years later.
I've heard about this.
And so Silverstein did that. Census Fail did that for their From the Depths of Dreams EP, the first one. Some of them are actually pretty cool. Some of them are just like, you can't touch those. Those are gold the way they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I haven't heard this one, no. I think the last Silverstein record I heard, I fell off when I was in high school, but Discovering the Waterfront was like the last one I heard. Yeah. Wasn't a big fan of. Well, I guess, Silverstein was one of those bands, was those like post-hardcore screamo bands. melodic screamo, I guess, and you know, so there's a lot of singing, a lot of screaming. I do know that their guitar player died some time ago, but I know he the guy that would scream. Oh no, that's the wrong band. That's Hawthorne Heights. Sorry,
It is.
but sorry guys, I totally got my bands mixed up. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Silverstein. Sorry,
That's
that's
fine.
where I was going with it. I was
So
not
far,
a big fan
we've
of
got we got Post Malone as Danny Glover's son.
yeah.
Oh man,
What a way to start the new year.
Childish Gambino.
I am out there. Sorry guys.
No, it's okay.
You know, I'm not. You know what? I'm not sorry.
Don't be.
This is our podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
What have I said?
This is what people come to listen to.
Since
this
the
is what they
beginning.
come. Hashtag Road to 20.
Road to 20, free podcast. Free
Yes.
podcast.
This is the kind of stuff that tickles your earbud.
Fuck yeah. Spanish love songs, Brave Faces Everywhere.
Oh, dude, I love this record.
They go in? I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I really do love this record. I saw these guys open for the Wonder Years, obviously. It's not a half step down show if you don't talk about the Wonder Years, apparently, right? But I saw these guys actually. They're an LA-based band. They're from LA.
Cool.
Yeah, so I
Local.
definitely recommend Spanish Love Songs. They're actually really good. I saw them open for them back. Actually, the week before the pandemic, before everything shut down, I went to go see the Wonder Years. Or like 2 weeks. Yeah.
All right. Stan Atlantic, Pink Elephant.
No, I never heard
Right.
who Stan Atlantic is.
Thick, 5 Years Behind.
I don't know who that is.
Nice. Ooh, Tommy Lee, Andro.
Wait, like actually
Tommy Lee?
Oh, interesting. No,
I'm
I
gonna-
didn't know that, but I'm gonna have to listen.
I'm going to check this out because I've actually heard it's a
Yeah.
fucking good record.
Okay.
So we're going to check it out. Touche Amore, Lament.
It's Touche Amore.
Is it Touche Amore? Okay, Touche
Yeah,
Amore.
Touche Amore. I saw,
Yes, you're
yeah,
right.
I saw
see
them
that.
open.
I see the accent mark now.
Great band.
Good one?
Great band.
Okay.
Good record too. Really good record. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
The Used, Heartwork.
Oh man, I haven't heard this. I was a big Used fan growing up.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember this band?
I remember
Were you
the
around?
Used, yeah.
Were you around for
I
this
remember
band?
they were a big
Yeah.
deal for a while.
Yeah, yeah. This what's his name? The lead singer from Goldfinger. Mm-hmm. He produced their first record, the very first one.
Oh, you check that out.
Yeah,
Okay, and then last, we finally made it.
the number one.
Well, I don't know if this is number one. I'm assuming they're in an order, but Youngblood, Weird.
I'm assuming if it's the last one, I would think that
It's number one, right?
It's number one. Yeah.
I haven't heard it, but they look like a. How do I describe it? Singer songwriter. This guy looks like a million. He looks like a million. He looks like a Hot Topic threw up all over this guy. So good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's pretty cool because actually, the last. I would assume the top 5 that we read off. I heard 2 of them:
There you go.
Spanish love songs and Touche Amore.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, what a year it's been. And
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about some of the other shit that's happening as we go on. But man, we ran long. One thing I will mention before we kind of move on to the playlist is last week MF Doom died. And he always put out just interesting, cool shit. So moment of silence for him. What do you think, Renee? Should we just move on to the? We were going to say this was going to be a short one. But it ran.
This was definitely going to be a short one. I also, because I'm a pro wrestling fan, I do want to send our condolences from the podcast to Brody Lee's family, which is John Huber. He passed away at 41 last weekend. On the 26th of December, he passed away due to non-COVID related lung complications. He was only 41. He left behind 2 kids and his wife. He was adored and loved by the entire wrestling community. He went by Brody Lee in AEW. He also went by Luke Harper in the WWE. And AEW did their Dynamite show was a tribute to him, and that definitely pulled on some heartstrings. Just because of the fact that the way they did it was so well done. They did so many things by inviting his family there, and some of the things that they did was just amazing. So a lot of my condolences to them and this whole family and friends and stuff, because it's hard, man. This year has been difficult, dude.
Yeah,
it's been very difficult. You know what I mean? There's so many people out there that have. There was a Spanish artist that just passed away the week prior or earlier that week because of COVID, and he was a big deal in Mexico. So I mean, that's just it. The list goes on and on, right?
Yeah.
So I know because you said that, so I wanted to throw my little, a moment of silence for them.
For sure, man.
Yeah, but yeah, let's definitely, on a lighter note, let's move on to our Half Step Down weekly playlist. How's that?
Yeah. And I think, this week we're only going to talk about a couple songs, but you can go check out the playlist. The one thing I have been doing is once the episodes come out, I update the Instagram story so that you can get little clips of all the songs. But you want me to go first and just talk about the two that I was going to talk about?
Yeah, go ahead. Just pick a handful.
So the two I really wanted to talk about were Simple Girl by Bad Cop, Bad Cop. Their album, The Ride, came out this year, and I talked about it a little bit. It was on that list. Bad Cop, Bad Cop, they're a great band out of L.A. All-girl band. They really just kind of kick that old-school punk rock kind of vibe. And Simple Girl is just a great song. If you get a chance, I would just go back and listen to the whole album. Just really, really, really good, really, really good punk rock band out of L.A. And then the other one I picked was Pac-Man by the Gorillaz. It's off their Song Machine collection of songs. I guess you could call it an album, but they released the songs one at a time. Features Schoolboy Q. It's just, your kind of classic Gorillaz kind of mixing of styles. The whole album is great. Gorillaz have been doing some really cool stuff. They always just do really cool stuff. And then, check out the rest of the playlist. I got some Deftones, Mastodon, Bad Religion, just a lot of good stuff on there. Renee, what do you got on there?
One of them that I got, I'm going to pick two of them. One of them I'm actually going to talk about is called Loca by Flor Amargo. Mm-hmm. She's a Spanish singer. She's actually super cool. She does a lot of it's a Spanish song, but she does a lot of show tune-esque sort of songs. So you hear a lot of show tune style stuff in some of her music. And my girlfriend actually, we had a really interesting conversation. She was talking about this. She was talking about this artist, and she said that this one, she was a really big fan, and she heard it on some a competition, music competition and stuff. And I got into it, so I really enjoyed it. Definitely go take a listen to that. Again, that's Loca by Flor Amargo. And the other one that I picked was from a pop punk band called Belmont. The name of the song is called Stay Up. It's off their 2020 release. Sometimes I feel that when these bands this pop punk band comes out with this really hard style of pop punk, it makes me excited. I'm like, oh my god, it's coming back, but it never does. But it's always good to have a little bit of pop punk sprinkled into every year of my life. So definitely listen to Belmont. They're a really good band, solid band. So those are the two that I picked. Those are the two that I wanted to talk about. But I, definitely a bunch of stuff. Last week I was really into hip hop, and this week I kind of went back to some more pop punk and stuff like that. I also have a bunch of dance punk on there too, and some more indie stuff, and so it's pretty interesting. I like the playlist because people get to enjoy different styles and whatever we're into that week, right?
Yeah, it's always good to try to expose people to some new music, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Jose, before we take off from this short episode, why don't you tell people where they can find us?
All right, guys. So remember, you can always go to halfstepdownpod.com. It's kind of our home base. It's where you're going to find links to all our socials. The episodes are there. So it's definitely a place to go check out. Speaking of socials, at halfstepdownpod on Instagram and Twitter. Every time we post an episode, I put all the songs on our Instagram story, and it stays there for a week. So make sure you check that out. Facebook.com. If you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/halfstepdownpod. You can find all our episodes on YouTube. Just look up Half Step Down Pod in the YouTube search bar. Starting next year, we will be filming these episodes for you guys, so hopefully you guys can check that out soon. As always, the link to the Spotify playlist is in the description of the episode, so please check that out. And then finally, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you hear, spread the word using hashtag HalfStepDownPod. You can also use hashtag Road to 20. We're trying to get there. And then finally,
That's right, trying to get there.
Make sure you tune in to Half Step Down Radio on TitanRadio.org every Thursday for Renee's radio show, giving you a good dose of some new music every week.
And you know there's always pop punk.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. Jose, I'm really excited for the year. I hope everybody enjoys this ride that we're letting you. I don't know where I'm going with that.
There it is. Goodbye 2020.
Hello, goodbye 2020. Hello 2021. Jose, you have yourself a wonderful night. Happy New Year. My best to the family, and we shall do this next week like we always do.
Same to you, my friend. Next week.
All right, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, give it up for these guys. Promise you guys.
Just so we're all clear, that was not like a real song. Okay. Made that up.